ألا إن أولياء الله لا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون الذين آمنوا وكانوا يتقون. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear brothers and sisters. Welcome to another edition of Awliya, the friends of Allah, the allies of Allah. You heard of Barakah. Barakah is that something mysterious when it's found in our work, in our time, in our life. It increases it. It makes things easy. It makes us happy. Awliyaullah are known for having this barakah. You visit them, you become happy. You see them, you talk to them, they make your life special. What is barakah? Definition is, it's a divine blessing leading to human prosperity, or the increase in quality and quantity by Allah's blessing. But in my definition, it is simply something that increases things without being a material thing. Something Allah mentioned in the Quran. So this barakah is something lived and felt, and people witness to it. We see it, there are places, there are times with this blessing. And as a believer, I want to be blessed, and I want to be a blessing in people's lives. Not only receive the blessings, I want to be a blessing in people's lives. That's how you become waliullah. And to be of that level, to have barakah in what you do, in what you say, in the time you spend, all of that, you must have taqwa. And we spoke at length about being conscious of Allah, having that connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And of course, Allah mentioned that in the Quran. He said, وَلَوْ أَنَّ أَهْلَ الْقُرَىٰ آمنوا واتقوا لفتحنا عليهم بركات من السماء والأرض ولكن كذبوا فأخذناهم بما كانوا يكسبون. If the people of many nations and tribes and villages, if they only had taqwa, we would open the treasures upon them from heaven and from beneath them, from underneath. And this is why when they did not have that consciousness of Allah and fear of Allah and all of those qualities, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought the punishment. And that's why He said, آمَنُوا وَاتَّقَوْا. They believed and had consciousness of Allah. So Iman and Taqwa are the first things, we call this number one, to have the blessing, the barakah. But they refused to have belief, to have Taqwa, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought the punishment. And the real meaning of taqwa, as we said many times, and we just refresh, is to stay away from what is haram and even things that are disliked. And this is protection, wiqaya. Wiqaya, from it comes taqwa, is to do what is right, stay away from what is wrong. So many times we define taqwa, we explained it. A beautiful definition by Sayyidina Ali Karamallahu Wajhah, may Allah be pleased with him. He defined taqwa as follows. التقوى العمل بالتنزيل, to apply what was revealed. والخوف من الجليل, to fear the revered, Allah. والرضا بالقليل, to be content and pleased and satisfied. والاستعداد ليوم الرحيل, to be ready for the day of departure from this life. Allah says, وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا وَيَرْزُقْهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ. Whoever has consciousness of Allah, is conscious of Allah, Allah will give him from areas he does not expect, from places he does not expect. Allah will give you in your wealth, in your life, in many ways. Allah says, وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. Allah will give you exit from problems and difficulties all the time. وَيَرْزُقُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ, and Allah will provide you from places you don't expect. Also, of course, second one, so the first one, Iman and Taqwa. Second one, to have barakah, Quran. Reading the Quran, having connection with the Quran. وَهَذَا كِتَابٌ أَنزَلْنَاهُ مُبَارَكٌ مُصَدِّقُ الَّذِي بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ. Allah says, this book we have revealed, it's a blessed and blessing thing
for you. كتاب أنزل إليك مبارك ليدبروا آياته وليذكر أولي الألباب. Again, another ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says it is a blessed for you. So reading the Quran, having the Quran read in your home, Surah Al-Baqarah and others, it brings blessing to your home. So if we read it and ponder on it, then we will have, blessing. But people, what did they do today? They put the Quran, those the good ones, they remember Quran in Ramadan. But people just leave the Quran as Allah says, وَقَالَ الرَّسُولُ يَا رَبِّ إِنَّ قَوْمِ اتَّخَذُوا هَذَا الْقُرْآنَ مَهْجُورًا. That the situation of many of us on the Day of Judgment, I hope not us, me and you, but many, including Muslims, that they have forsaken the Quran. So if we forsake the Quran will forsake us. And the meanings and the blessings will forsake us. So why are we complaining there is no barakah in time, there is no barakah in this and that? Because we have left the Quran. And if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala clearly told us, as Allah says, that the Prophet himself will say, look, my people have forsaken the Quran in Surah number 25 verse 30. Allah Azza wa Jal raises people because of the Quran. Ask anyone who has taken care of the Quran will tell you what the Quran did. Personally, the Quran has brought many good things in my life. The Quran has opened doors for me, and I'm sure opened for many of you. Whether you memorize the whole Quran or half of it or third of it, it made big difference. Every night you read Surah Tabarak before you sleep. It protects you from Adab al-Qabr. If you read Ayat al-Kursi and Qul Wallahu Ahad, Qul A'udhu bil-Falaq, Qul A'udhu bin-Nas after Maghrib and after Isha, Allah will protect you. The Quran brings you peace of mind. Awliya Allah take care of the Quran. They have Iman and Taqwa. We'll continue with the same topic next time. And inshallah, we'll see you then. Assalamu alaikum.
ألا إن أولياء الله لا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون الذين آمنوا وكانوا يتقون